Hello viewer, welcome back to the channel. Building your model railway in a calm, clean and relaxed environment is certainly the order of the day. But for many of us, the reality is very different. Now, as cluttered and as horrifying as this scene may appear, it is, for many of us, the reality of building our model railway. But we have to crack on. So let me show you the progress so far at St Blazing Model World. Having started to add some bench shelving to my model railway boards, I'm now able to clear a bit of floor space. Also, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm a great believer in building back to front, i.e. from the back of the baseboard out, so the back scene is already in place. I've started to mark out roughly where my track is going to go and laid some corkboard down as a marker so that I can vary the track position if I need to. Some of that corkboard will be removed, but it's a start. I've also made a start on this corner piece, which will sit in the right hand corner of the layout, which is just sort of over there. And that is going to be a hill scene, of course, but it will tail off a lot more sharply once it's fully constructed and carved out to shape and covered with scenics. And I've got something really special to go on top of this. Can't wait to show you. It will be in a few videos time. And because I'm laying out my track and planning to lay out my track, there are a few essential tools. Of course, I've got a tape measure, a marker pen and a pencil. I've got my handy Dremel here to cut the track if I need to. And because I'm using a power tool, we mustn't forget safety glasses. I've also got my track setter templates here, and I produced a video on track setter quite a long time ago. And if you haven't seen that, there'll be a link in the screen, top right hand corner, top left hand corner, whichever way it is, on the screen now. I've also got one of my longest items of rolling stock, because whilst I'm laying my track, I need to make sure that I don't have collisions and that the rolling stock, the longer ones, can go around it. So that's another thing I've got to the hand right now. I've actually got another one of these. These are Lima HST not power cars, nothing like a power car. Lima HST rolling stock carriages, and I use Lima because they are to scale. Some of the other ones that are available are short, they're a bit shorter, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I would rather have a shorter train with full scale carriages, put it that way. So there's still a lot going on. Now, when it comes to the layout itself, I want continuous running. I'd already decided that. And there's a couple of ways you can go about it. You can have a circular track, which I don't really want, or you can have a helix and drop to a low level and do it that way, or you can have a reversing loop. Now, in this room, I do have room for a helix on either end, but the problem is that that will restrict the amount of room I have for the other things that I need this room to do, the other parts of my interest in scale model making that this room will have to fulfill. And to that end, I've decided to go with a reversing loop at both ends of the railway. So this section here will be built out slightly towards you as you're looking at it, and we'll put a reversing loop in that end, and then eventually, but it's a hell of a long way off yet, but eventually, when all these things have been removed, including the sink, we'll have another reversing loop at this end of the room. And that's the plan. And I wanted reversing loops and continuous running at least, because I want some train automation going on, and we want to be able to run trains at the end of the day, and building a layout is a long process. There's no getting away from it. I would like to think that, finishing a model railway is maybe something we never get to, because once you've done it, all you can do is play trains on it. But it's the building part for me that really intrigues me. But continuous running of trains while I'm working on the next item or the next feature of my model railway is something that really excites me, works for me, and hopefully you're going to find the videos of the progress of that layout build interesting and worth watching. When it comes to train automation, I was concerned recently to learn about the situation of train controller, and I've looked at JMRI, and that looks a minefield. I've really got to get my head into what automated system I'm going to go with. And if you know anything about JMRI or support systems that are available for it, or forums even, please leave that information down in the comments below. I really would appreciate it. Now, it's important to protect your baseboards, and this area here that's going to have the corner hillside in has already had one coat of some spare green paint that I had laying around. And once that's dried, I'm going to seal it off with some PVA. And that's really just to protect this baseboard. It is on an outside wall, should be okay, of course. But while you're at it, it takes, 10 minutes to do this little piece of work that really will hopefully preserve the railway and the scenery for a long time to come. The worst thing you want to do is to be in a situation where you find you've got to start ripping up bits of your railway just to carry out remedial repairs. So this is the underside of the corner unit, the hillside scene that's going over there. And because I envisage this might need to be removed many times over, I'm applying strength and durability to it from the very start. So a covering of mod rock, it'll then get a coat of paint, and then it'll get a coat of PVA. And then I can flip it over and start on the really interesting stuff, which will be in the next video. The other thing that I've done here is that I've joined two bits of track together. They're just two pieces of flexi track. And I've rigged up a very, very temporary DCC bus just to run a few trains. And there's a couple of reasons for that, really. Firstly, I think it's important while you're waiting for things to dry or you're thinking about the next bit of planning to keep the mojo going. And to do that, it's a good way to do that is to run a couple of trains. So albeit it's only 2 meters of track going nowhere, it does allow me to play trains a little bit. But the other thing that this gives me is the opportunity to get back up to speed with my rolling stock, particularly the locomotives, of course, and determine which ones I'm going to keep, because I won't keep them all, which ones I like the most, bearing in mind the era that I want to model. And, it's a good way to just have a bit of a test at the same time as a play and a relief from the actual build process, which, as I've stressed in this video, the build process of any diorama, let alone a model railway, is long, and at times you do need to keep that mojo going. So there we are. That's the latest update. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have any thoughts or views or opinions, if you've seen anything I'm doing wrong, and I'm sure there are lots of things I'm doing wrong, by all means, do leave a comment below. I really appreciate and value all your input towards the channel, and we'll see you next time at St. Blasey Model World. Bye-bye for now. Bye.